to the Queensbridge houses to find a baby 1-month-old girl mauled by a pit bull German Shepherd puppy. Neighbors like Michelle say this is a tragedy.
The baby probably didn't even get a chance to cry. It's so sad and depressing.
She says all too often in the Queensbridge houses, people have pit bulls and other large dogs that they aren't training and even keeping off the leash.
I said, whose dog you got? And he would never answer me. I seen the dog in the winter too. And pit bulls are boxing dogs.
Police tell us the infant was in bed when the mother noticed what happened. Mary Lynn Buckley.
Around 2:30 Friday, video shows what appears to be a young girl coming home from school when her mother catches a glimpse of their next-door neighbor's dog. Oh my God. It appears the two try to run out of the home's complex when the pit bull rips himself from his leash and chain and attacks the 8-year-old girl. You can see the dog jump at the girl, police say biting her face. The man who ripped the pit bull off of her is the dog's owner. He says he got hurt in the process.
He bit me inside the ear. His teeth got in the ear because I'm trying to hold her, but he's trying to get to her.
He didn't want to show his face, but did share that he is disabled and a veteran, and that his 5-year-old pit bull is protective of him, but never like this.
That was totally out of character.
He did mention his dog and neighbors have met once before.
The dog slipped out while I tried to help her out, and I asked them, don't move. They didn't move. The dog didn't do anything.
But this time he believes his pit bull was triggered.
The screaming agitated the dog.
He told NBC6 he was going to surrender the dog to a shelter.
I believe he's just being protective, but I can't take that chance anymore. His protection of me could hurt somebody else.
The whole back of her head is just the skin tissue's all ripped off, you know. All I see is her skull.
At the entryway to their apartment,
you could hear the dogs just trying to get out.
Salem mother Marissa Carone says her neighbor swung open her door and 2 pit bulls rushed out. Immediately, Carone says she pushed her eldest daughter out of the way. But when she tried to grab her 1-year-old, Adeline,
both the dogs just barreled right past me.
For several minutes, Carone said she tried to shove the dogs off of her daughter. But when she finally fought them off, she realized the severity of Adeline's injury. The 16-month-old suffered from extensive bleeding, with a large patch of skin ripped off the back of her head and a skull fracture.
We're getting updates. The patient was also bit in the stomach.
Bite marks on her face and back, too. Carone says this isn't the first time she's reported the neighbor's dog. She says the pit bull previously attacked her own dog and also bit her father-in-law. During Sunday's incident, Carone remembers her neighbor calling for her pit bull. And after,
she grabs her dog, but the only thing she can, think to say is, now my dog's going to have to go to the pound.
According to the Salem Police Department, both dogs were seized and taken to the Marion County Dog Shelter. Carone claims the more aggressive dog, belonging to her neighbor, has been euthanized, although we're awaiting confirmation from the county.
Absolute madness in New York City when a pit bull latches onto the leg of a 1-year-old baby. The owner is pulling on the leash with all his might. They're splashing it with water. They're kicking it. Then the man in the black jacket drops down and sinks in a perfect rear naked choke to force the eventual release. Check this out. He's holding. The dog can't take it any longer. The dog lets go. They back out and we're able to rescue the baby. Let's break it down.
They were pulling and pulling, and no matter how much they pulled, the dog simply was letting go. It was completely locked in. I wrapped it into crook position, bicep to one artery, and then pressing on the other artery, and I squeezed as hard as I could. It felt like I was holding on to a muscle. The dog was just completely rigid and just totally clamped down. All the while I'm hearing the woman screaming, I'm hearing the child screaming, I'm hearing people screaming. It was complete chaos, and all that time.
We don't know if this dog showed aggressive behavior prior to this attack. However, I would guess that there was some inkling that the dog had predatory behavior towards children, because we're learning from the child's family that the child was being held and the dog leapt up and grabbed the child by the leg. That was reported by the New York Post. The baby is okay. He needed stitches in his leg. But from what we can see on social media, this is a dog who was a family pet. Lots of pictures of the dog with his owner. He loved his dog. This dog was his best friend. This is an intact male dog, and male dogs are much more likely to be involved in super aggressive attacks, and intact dogs as well in the United States. We also know this was a predatory attack. The dog was not being provoked by the child. The child was being held, minding his own business, and the dog saw movement, saw the child's leg dangling, and took his shot. And we know that the dog held on and wouldn't let go despite a beating, which really speaks towards a high level of arousal. With a dog like this, I don't think that they belong in society. This dog is clearly a danger, attacked a child unprovoked. Now we know that. Regardless, even if the dog was somehow to be provoked by the child went up, got in the dog's face, went to give the dog a hug, even smacked the dog. It's a little baby, and this dog has an uninterruptible level of aggression. It wasn't a communicative bite. It wasn't typical aggression where the dog is trying to decrease distance between themselves and the trigger. This dog was trying to close distance, and he did. And he bit and he held on, and multiple adult men, including a guy who's a hero, frankly, getting the dog in a chokehold, risking himself because that dog did go to redirect. Despite all this, the dog was still holding on for a significant amount of time.